Our brains contain over 400 miles of blood vessels. But when these blood vessels fail, it means serious trouble. Neurosurgeon Issam Awad's lab at the University of Chicago Medicine is working to find earlier warning signs for those most at risk for stroke and bleeding in the brain. Find out how inside the lab. Stroke and brain bleeds are among the leading causes of disability and death worldwide. Some strokes happen after blood vessels in the brain weaken and rupture, but it can be difficult for doctors to predict why and when this might happen.
I deal with people who are now having to go to rehab because their brain is so damaged. That is a tragedy.
Awad's lab researches the science behind why brain bleeds and strokes happen and studies ways to prevent them.
I'm a brain surgeon, and the other half of my life that is devoted to research is to try to understand why this happens. And we have to be able to tell the person you are at much higher risk, and we can monitor that risk and modify that risk.
Awad's lab developed specialized MRI scans that measure iron in the brain. The amount of iron tells scientists how much bleeding has occurred. The team also created imaging techniques to detect smaller bleeds and vascular leaks that could be precursors to larger hemorrhages. They also measure molecules in the blood and analyze them to search for signals that can show whether a person is at risk.
We have identified some signals that actually predict a bleed in the following year, so that you'd be able to know that the blood vessel is weakening but hasn't yet gotten to the point of bleeding.
The research could also lead to new medicines, which could help stabilize blood vessels and prevent strokes from happening in the first place. And it can only happen inside the lab.